for another slug! Down here at the range today with the Suzuki Swift we shot with the Cannon. And the last time we left this, it was still firing off of one cylinder. We may try to get it up and running again today and shoot it. But today we're going to be hitting this car with a ton of different specialty shotgun rounds. This should be absolutely fun. This video is brought to you by NorthTac. More about them in a minute, and more information and codes about NorthTac will be in the description below. But enough talking, let's blast this car with some crazy 12-gauge shotgun rounds. First up on the list is clean shot. You're actually supposed to shoot this out of your shotgun to clean your barrel. Let's see what it does to the side of a car. Oh, it just got peppered with like cleaning materials. That is a massive dent, and my barrel is clean. Next up, beanbag round. It's the beanbagged round, so it's a kind of cotton sack full of lead shot, and there's the massive dent in the side of the car. We got to step this up to something that's going to penetrate. Next up is a 1-ounce slug combined with 6 rounds of double-aught buck. This should put a hurting on it. Let's shoot the side of the car. Oh, look at this massive hole. Went all the way through, blew just parts of this off, and just cracked and dented pieces of the seat, the other door. So the buckshot peppered the seats and a few different things, and then the slug got wedged in the other door and didn't make it out. Let's keep shooting it. Next up is the Demigorgon round. This one is made by Ballistic Machinist. It's got a 357 hollow point surrounded by an aluminum chassis, and this thing packs a punch. Let's hit the side of the car. Oh. So this one went through the door, went into the seat itself, and then smashed right here into where the emergency brake was and embedded itself down in here, and it broke the emergency brake. Next up, a double slug. This should be good. We're going to be shooting it right through the rear of the car. This one packs a punch. So they both came through one hole, and they started to spread apart, and you can see right there, there's 2 holes in the other door. We were digging around and found the exit holes right here. If you're wondering why this car is so destroyed on this side, that's because we shot it with a Cannon. Subscribe to my channel to watch that video. But there's the fresh exit hole and another hole right there. Yeah, that's a fresh hole too. And then Brett was digging around. There's the impact crater, and there is one of these slugs. That thing is mean. That double slug did some serious damage. Now we're actually going to try to fire up the car and get it to run off that one cylinder and then shoot the engine. And if we do get it cranked, we're going to be shooting it with this steel dumbbell round. This thing, it packs a punch and it penetrates really good. The only way it works is if you hold the gas pedal down. So I've got a rock. It's running. Let's put a stop to it. It's still going. Now for another slug. One more slug. A Demigorgon round. Another slug. That killed it. Oh. That is probably one of the toughest Suzukis or engines I've ever seen. I have to run back and keep getting slugs to shoot this car. If you guys are unfamiliar, we shot this with a Cannon. A cannonball put a hole in this block, and we got it cranked up to run off of one cylinder. At that point, I started putting holes in this thing left and right. So there's a hole. I don't know if you can see. That's where that steel dumbbell went through and busted the block, and it was still running. Then I shot it again. No, that's the steel dumbbell. It's right there. You can see the steel dumbbell actually embedded in the engine. Oh, by the way, we also poured water inside the block. That's why the oil's all murky, to make sure it didn't overheat the other day. So we put hole after hole after hole in this thing. Shot it up here. We broke some sensors. We busted up a bunch of stuff. I mean, I've never bought a Suzuki before until now, but like, that is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This video is actually sponsored by NorthTac, and they've become one of my favorite optics manufacturers and have a ton of high-value options. They also have the code 704TACTICAL for insane discounts like 15 to 20% off their website and great deals on Amazon. This P10 is pretty slick because it's become my go-to shotgun-mounted optic. It mounts right up to a pick rail, and the actual mount itself is machined into the housing, so it's insanely durable. Fully waterproof, it survives the recoil of a shotgun, auto on and auto off technology, and up to a 50,000 hour battery life with an incredibly bright dot. All of the information and codes about NorthTac will be in the description below. I also have a ton of information on a few different websites and options in the description below where you can find all the best info. It's going to try to crank it again, but I think we are done for. Yep, that's all she wrote.